Hello. So this time I'm going to be going over Unit 5, Exercise 9-1, Work with Dates and Times. So I've got the grading criteria open here. In the first part it says to calculate the due days. So we're going to add the code to calculate the due days future value using the isDate, and then display the results, and then calculate the age, add the code to calculate the birth date, use the isDate function to validate it, and then display it. So this one wasn't too difficult, thankfully. Here we've got the button calculate due days. So under that, here's the isDate that validates the what's entered, the text that's entered in the text box, future date. So if it's valid, then it's going to run everything that's inside of it. So it's going to, here, we create the variable future date as date time, and we convert that text in there to a date. And then we also create the variable current date also as date time, and that equals the current time. And then we have the variable time span as a time span that equals the future date minus the current date. And then we have the variable days till due as an integer, which equals the days of that time span. And then down here we have the message box that shows that at the current date, that equals the current date to, and then we have it converted to like the shorter version of a date, and then skip a line. And future date includes future date converted to a short date string, so it's the shorter version, and then two lines skipped, and days until due, which includes the days till due, and then due days calculations, which can be shown in that box, that message box. And if it's not valid, it's going to show message box that show entry is not valid. And I'll just do a little quick run through of that one before I get to the next part. There we go. So enter a future date. I'm going to put my birthday. That sounds fine to me. Whoops, what am I doing? There we go. So the future date, it's been January 22nd, 2020. If I calculate the due days, it's going to have the due days calculation, the current day, the future date, and then the days until that day, which is correct. I could enter that in a few different ways. I could enter it like this too. I could do it like that. And it's still going to do it correctly. And then let's say I type tree. That's where it's going to come up with like it's not valid. You're going to have to enter a valid date. Let's fix it at that. And then coming down here, so if you click the button calculate age, here's where it's validating the isDate for the text that's entered in text box birth date. And if it is, it's going to run this stuff here. And if it's not, it's going to give you the message box that same as that one where the entry is not valid. So here to start, we've got the variable birth date as a date time, converting the text in text box birth date to a date. And then we have the variable current date as date time equals date time dot today, same as up there. And the age as an integer is going to equal the current date, well, the year, this current date's year minus the birth date year, which will then should give you the how old you are. And so down here it'll show the message box the current date. So it's going to show today's date, and it's going to convert to the shorter date format. Skip a line, birth date, and then it's going to show the birth date converted to a shorter date format as well. Skip 2 lines, and then it's going to show the age. Excuse me. It's going to age the toString, and then the box will say age calculation. So I'm going to show 5. I'll show that real quick. So the birth date version. So my birth date is where's that? There. 1998. So January 22nd, 1998. If I calculate my age, let's say the current day is May 4th, 2019. This is my birthday, January 22nd, 1998. So my age is 21, which is correct. And like I said, I can enter that different ways. The different ways you can enter it, and it should work. Oh, did not put that hyphen in there. There we go. Current date, or sorry. Oh yeah, so the current date and then my birthday and then I'm 21. So that's correct. And as you saw just now, I entered it. Even me not entering a string, I just forgot to format it correctly. It still wasn't considering it a date because it wasn't the correct format. So the same way, like that failed, it gave us the error box. And if I were to put cat, it's gonna do the same exact thing. It's not a valid date, so it's gonna give us this error, and then we can exit out of that box. So that's Unit 5. Exercise 9-1, the work with dates and times. That was all the criteria as well from what I'm seeing. It wasn't too difficult. But anyway, yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thank you.